This year has definitely been disappointing for a lot of reasons. Obviously, by now, we expected that we would see some big surges, a traditional alt season adoption taking place, and that clearly has not happened. We've had some some rough times in the market. Altcoins are definitely lagging versus BTC, but I don't think people realize what this has truly been. And it's been a huge opportunity. Me personally, I have taken so much time to round out my positions and buy as much as I can because I understand that the push that we're going to see for crypto, that has not stopped. It has only been paused and it will resume when some things potentially take place. And I want to talk about that with you guys. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below with that subscribe button, that bell. They're free to do. They will keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So obviously the big part of this cycle so far has been Bitcoin. It's been Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. It feels like that's all we're hearing. And it's because the embrace from the big entities in the space has been surrounding Bitcoin. Institutions, governments, enterprises, they have been buying at insane rates. And unfortunately, we've been going through one of essentially the biggest crypto shakeouts in history. And some people might say, oh yeah, you've said shakeout many times. Yeah, truly think about it, right? Every time we've had one of these negative events that have made retail question their positions, that have caused this PTSD, people thinking we're just going to keep dropping forever. What are the big entities doing? They're buying. They're buying, they're buying, they're buying. Most assets right now, whale holdings are larger in them than they were to begin the year. When we look at, institutions, they have more than they did to begin the year. Governments, more than they did to begin the year. Enterprises, more than they did to begin the year. For those that haven't heard me say it, Q1 was actually the largest Bitcoin enterprise buying quarter we have seen in history. And the only people right now that are getting scared or concerned or frustrated about what's going on is retail. And it's because they are trying to shake you out of your positions actively, right? Yes, there is some manipulation taking place. Yes, there is some liquidations taking place. Yes, there is just some retail stupidity that happens. And guys, this stuff happens every market cycle, but this cycle has been a little different. And the reason why is because of the introduction of institutional money. It has brought a lot of capital to the market that wasn't here before. It's caused BTC dominance to do some things it was not doing historically, and it's kind of changed the structure a little bit. But at the same time, we've been going through so much of this right now that retail interest is at some of the lowest levels we've seen in quite some time. In fact, crypto search volume, guys, right now, it's about at some levels that we have not, or not that we have not seen. It's about some levels that we were seeing back in 2022, bear market cycle type retail interest. Think about that, right? Are things really that bad? No. We've gone through a couple interest rate decreases. Inflation isn't running out of control, right? We're closer to QE. And maybe those are some things that bring retail back around, right? When people have some more money to spend. I mean, right now, frankly, guys, it does not take much to move the market because of the amount of adoption that's going to be coming. And I'll talk about this more in a little bit here, but that might be the thing where people stop focusing so much on this loud news that frankly doesn't matter. And what I'm talking about is, tariffs. I'm talking about war. Not that war doesn't matter, but obviously it's gotten pretty quiet since the ceasefire, right? It was a shakeout. That's exactly what it was. The market freaked out on nothing news. And here we are. I don't think we've talked about Iran, Israel in about a week, right? This is the problem. Retail gets sucked way too much into narratives. They get reactionary, and all it allows to happen is the big dogs to just get a bigger hold on the industry. Now, what I will say is this, is during these times, they're getting such a big hold on the industry that eventually they are going to be marketing to the masses. They're going to be pushing crypto and crypto related products, and you will start seeing the masses flock into crypto. Right now, guys, this is where we're at. 5 to 6% of the world in crypto has not changed since late 2021, early 2022. So for almost 3.5 years, it's been basically the group of people that has been here already. Hey guys, how's it going? Right? And this is true. Data supports this, right? We have not seen a big retail interest in the space apart from maybe a little bit in February into March of 2024, maybe a little bit around the election. But it's going to get very loud as time progresses, as all these big players get their stuff in place to push to the masses. And what that means is that we have big retail surges that are going to come to altcoins. Why am I saying altcoins? Well, they look for higher ROI. They look for more X's, right? The best thing, let me say this. Bitcoin has obviously outperformed a lot of altcoins in this space so far during this market cycle. And that is actually a little bit of a benefit. Why I'm saying that is Bitcoin can get so high and BTC dominance can be so high that retail does not care in Bitcoin about Bitcoin. All right. They're going to flock directly to alts. And some other people have said this, and it's true. The higher BTC dominance goes, the more runway we essentially have for altcoins. There will be some shifting that takes place from BTC to alts, but also the less interest retail has in BTC. Does that make sense? Okay. So what I will say here is in this market cycle alone, guys, we're expected to get to over 10% adoption around the world. We're at 5 to 6% currently. You're talking about, what's that, 400 million new people coming into the crypto market. It's a lot of capital. We're currently sitting at 3.27 trillion in the crypto market in totality. It's going to be between 10 to 12 trillion by the end of this market cycle. That's what projections are and have been for quite some time. Hasn't really changed. And again, it's a question of, when does this cycle end? Is it still this year? Is it into 2026? And guys, I don't know the answer to that. Again, like I've said many times, I'm not Miss Cleo. I don't have a crypto ball, a crystal ball, right? But it's very clear what is happening in the industry. Shakeout retail, get a bigger hold, market to the masses, and then away we go. That's what I've talked about for a very long period of time, and people are frustrated. And guys, I get it. I would love for things to just take off. I'd love for all my assets to do a 10 to 20x and just go and retire and do my own thing and, have more time to golf and all that crap, right? Start more businesses probably. That's seems to be what I do whenever I get bored. But the point I'm trying to make is, again, the retail interest is low, but it won't be low forever. There is a very strategic plan that they're going through. And it's to shake everybody out and then get their own. And then there we go. That's what we're waiting for. And there may be some things that cause retail interest to spark again. And this is probably when we'll see a lot more crypto marketing. I'm talking about interest rate decreases. I'm talking about quantitative easing, the trade deals, right? There's a lot of things that we're basically being set up for right now to really just have this burst of liquidity into the economy and burst of liquidity into the crypto market. That's really what the big shift is going to be, I think. I'm not saying we need those events. Frankly, right now, if we have 400 million people come in, I've done the math on this before, it would not take nearly as much as it did last market cycle to see the pumps that we did. And it's because of the sheer volume of people. I think it's going to be pretty big. And again, this might be a more extended wave where instead of, 400 million people trying to cram into the crypto market over the next 5 months, which the October top is what things should have been, it might be something where those 400 million people come in between now and late 2026. And then, maybe we just have a wave that just continues to grow into a big tsunami, right? So what I will say is right now, top 200 search or top 200 free app downloads, nothing crypto related. Search traffic, 2022 levels. But this has been an opportunity because, again, we're getting such discounted prices in terms of alts, and the discounts won't be there forever. That's the biggest thing you need to know. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.